Ever since the Gravity Abyss Visional Wheel arrived in 1C1, players have gained access to two exclusive mod suffixes, Aero and Downstar. While obtaining these mods isn't particularly difficult, getting the right Aero or Downstar mod for your build is a completely different story. You can obtain these suffix mods from various Gravity Abyss activities, but the mods obtained from these events are quite random, making it difficult to target the exact mod you're looking for. That's why legendary mod boxes obtained through the mod pity system are by far the most valuable. They allow you to choose a specific level 17 legendary mod with your preferred Aero or Downstar suffix. However, once your pity count reaches 5 by 5, obtaining additional legendary mod boxes becomes much more difficult, making every selection extremely important. So in this guide, I'll walk you through the Aero and Downstar mods that should be your highest priority picks from these legendary mod boxes. With that said, let's get started. Let's start with the mods that should be on the highest priority list. For gloves, I highly recommend crit boost with Aero suffix for crit builds that are lacking crit rate. For elemental builds, elemental overload with Aero deviant energy suffix should be your top priority. For shoes, Rush Hour Downstar is an excellent choice for low HP crit builds, while Rush Hour Downstar Deviant Energy is the go-to option for elemental builds. For the pant slot, I'd recommend prioritizing Aero because it's much easier to activate and maintain during combat. I've already compared Aero and Downstar in detail in my previous video, so make sure to check that out. For pants, Deadshot Aero is the recommended choice for most crit builds, whereas Elemental Resonance remains one of the strongest options for elemental builds. Overall, these 6 suffix mods should be your highest priority. They will provide the best value for the majority of players, regardless of the content or build you are running. Next, we have mods that are very strong but are much more dependent on the weapon or build you're using. For gloves, Crit Amplifier Aero is recommended for crit builds that already have sufficient crit rate and want to increase their crit damage. Similarly, Flame Resonance Aero Downstar Deviant Energy is an excellent choice for builds that already have a lot of elemental damage stat but are lacking status damage. For shoes, if you are playing a full HP build, Covered Advanced Downstar is the recommended choice for crit builds, while Covered Advanced Downstar Deviant Energy is its elemental counterpart. For pants, Reload Rampage works particularly well with builds like the Brahmini Bound Sniper, where the smaller magazine size allows you to trigger its effect more frequently and every kill helps refill some bullets in your magazine. Meanwhile, Critical Surge is an excellent option for weapons which shoot and reload much more frequently, such as the Compound Bow in both Bounds and Unstable Bomber builds. Although these 6 mods aren't as universally useful as the previous 6, but they are definitely worth picking up if they match the build you are planning to play. These mods have fairly limited use cases, so I'd only consider them after obtaining the higher priority Aero and Downstar suffix mods. So those are the Aero and Downstar suffix mods that I would personally prioritize when opening these legendary mod boxes. Of course, every build is different, and there will always be exceptions depending on your weapon build and playstyle. But if you are unsure which mods to pick, these priority lists will help you out. There are currently 2 ways to obtain these exclusive level 17 legendary mod boxes from the Gravity Abyss event. The first is through the Riftwalker boss event, which begins 15 minutes after each Gravity Abyss event starts. You can claim rewards from Riftwalker up to 12 times per day. The second method is through the Stellar Integrator, or the UFO as most players call it. You can craft it at the supply bench using the event modules you collect from the event. Each character can use the Stellar Integrator up to 5 times per week, so if you have multiple characters across different scenarios, you can significantly increase the chance of obtaining a legendary mod box. If you found this guide helpful, let me know which Aero or Downstar mods you're planning to pick. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.